There's no doubt that the Vancouver Titans were one of the most dominant teams to ever grace the stage of the Overwatch League. However, they fell short in the championship even though they had an amazing regular season. And coming to this season, they looked like they needed to make something change in order to secure that next finalist championship. And they definitely made some changes, so let's get into it. Obviously, Bumper's gone, and he was popular. I don't know if he was great, you know what I mean? He's a free agent at the moment. They lost Tizzy and Bumper, who are both tanks, and both of them are not on teams at the moment, which I am surprised with. I didn't think, like, Bumper, even though he's not an amazing tank, I thought someone would pick him up, you know, like one of the lower end teams. But obviously there's still a little bit of time, I guess, and there's a mid-season signing window. But he's gone, Tizzy's gone, and Rappel and Hureg. Rappel went to the Houston Outlaws, and Hureg is now a coach for the Outlaws. But other than that, everybody else stayed, and they brought in Fisher and Jaehong. And so it's the team itself, the core is extremely good. I think this is one of the most heartbreaking stories in the Overwatch League, though. Like, obviously it's gonna happen. Teams are gonna split up, but man, it was so cool seeing that these guys were all from Runaway and they all played together for so long. That's so cool. But like, there's still that same core, like, you know, 4 of the players, 5 of the players. But I kind of wish they'd stick with it, right? So yeah, they had an amazing season last year. There's no doubt about that. Overall, they finished 25-3, absolutely insane. Stage 1, they went 7-0. Stage 2, 7-0. Stage 3, 6-1, and Stage 4, 5-2. And so, like, this team was almost unstoppable in GOATS meta, and they even were able to scrap out a 5-2 stage in Stage 4 once 2-2-2 was put in place. And I don't know if people expected that necessarily, for them to, like, be that good, because, you know, there was a lot of worries. Obviously, this was a GOATS team. How could they transfer over to 2-2-2? But they did really well, and so I think that's a good sign coming into the season. This team has, like, a lot of raw talent on the roster. Looking at their DPS core, Hacksaw, Stitch, that's not bad at all. Like, and Summon Sue, that's 3 pretty flexible DPS, pretty meta resilient, I'd say, and I think they could do well this season. The only question is then, with hero pools, are they viable, or like, are they? Yeah, sorry, that's what I just said. But like, yeah, they're definitely viable in different metas. The tank problems, Janu and Fisher. Janu, one of the best off tanks in the league, and Fisher can be one of the best main tanks in the league, but there's a lot of questions about his mentality, I guess. I think he's an upgrade from Bumper in basically every way, and it's just going to be a matter of whether or not he'll stick with the team. And I hope he does, because I think this team could be really solid together. Support line, Slime and Twilight. Just those two, I think really, really good support line, one of the best in the league. And then you bring in Jaehong, and there's doubt that he's as good as everybody made him out to be, especially like before Overwatch League started. He was really good, but at this point, I think it's more the competition has caught up, not necessarily he's decreased in ability. And so even if he doesn't play a lot, there is a lot of travel this season, obviously, and that's, you know, a main point with all these substitutes, is that they might get playing time. And I think Jaehong's a solid substitute for this team, and I think he'll fit well into their scheme. And yeah, so honestly, I've seen people drop these guys down in the ratings a lot further than I thought they would, because I think everything they've done to like replace players on the team has at the least kept the player level the same, much less, you know, decrease. So, like, I think there's a big improvement here on main tank, and not only is Fisher like just better overall, but I think he's more flexible and viable in a variety of situations where, like, you know, if Vancouver does need to make some adjustments, I think Fisher will be better at, like, not throwing. Not that Bumper always threw, but you know what I mean. And so I think that's a huge pickup. And I like Jaehong. I think it would be really cool if he did well this year, but I don't know if he's going to. At the very least, I don't think he'll play bad. I just don't think he'll be a superstar. So overall, this team's looking good, and I think everyone's going to be excited to watch them, because, like, yeah, I think it's just exciting to see how these guys do. They were still the same core from Runaway, and it's an interesting storyline to see if they'll be able to. Obviously, Fisher, everyone's interested in that, and people are interested to see how these guys will do in a full season of 2-2-2, and then with hero pools. So that's exciting, and I think these guys could hit top 5 again. I don't see them dropping off that bad. There's a lot of competition, and I think it might come down to hero pools. Man, they'd be near top 5 at least. I don't think they'll drop lower than 7th, though. I think they'll at least be 7th. I like this team a lot. I feel like I'm saying that I'm too broad. I'm like, yeah, they'll finish between 1 and 7. I don't think they'll win like the league, but they'll definitely be top 5. I'm gonna say. So everybody, I have been Emrat. Thanks for watching.